Treaties were signed, promises made and broken. Is it stealing to take back what was stolen?
Stolen? Who's stealing them?
Us. I'm a liberal and I'm really gay.
Get out of my house!
Nobody threatens my family or my friends and gets away with it. So we are going to do whatever it takes to take back Africa's belongings. And we're going to do it together.
Wow. Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
This is a woke video game. A woke video game. You would think that they were trying to come up with a cool name for this video game because it's obviously super woke. The premise of it is that African people are stealing back stuff from white people's museums that were ancient artifacts from black culture. And they chose to call it Relooted.
Yeah. Yeah. The name is just, oh, you got to be kidding me.
You finna play this, Mr. Producer?
Yeah. We'll
You?
I
I ain't buying it. I might have to like steal it or something. Maybe I'll reloot the game.
Yeah. You buy it and I'll just reload it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll loot it.
Yeah.
And then we'll play it.
And
If
then-
I can find
and then we'll
somewhere
play
to
it.
steal it,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll play it. Because I mean, stealing is not wrong anymore. According
No,
to the game,
no.
as long as somebody stole it
Right.
first.
Mhm.
You know.
I mean, I guess looted just sounds better than stealing, I guess. But I mean, it's
Not just looted,
relooted.
relooted.
First
Like
you loot,
rebooted.
then you reloot.
I'm suited and looted. So here's the thing, man. It's just so tone deaf to me that they would come out with a game like that and think this. White people made this game, by the way.
Oh,
White
good.
liberals
Oh,
have
good
made this
grief.
game, and they thought it was the coolest thing ever when they came up with this idea.
Good grief.
And they were like, "Let's make a game about black folk. Black folk doing what they do best, stealing stuff." Let's make a game about black people doing what black folk know how to do better than everything they do. Steal stuff. So the game is about you running through, you breaking through a window.
Breaking into things and places. Right, and taking stuff.
And you just snatch stuff while you go. Like, you get up in and you get up out of there. By the end of the game, everybody will get a designated felony. Like, how is this a real game? How? Somebody.
I
Here's the
don't
thing
know.
that really bothers me. Some white people, you know they did, and this is as much as I'll make fun of black folk and the looting and stuff, white people have got around a table. They sat there with their suit and their ties and their tea and crumpets or whatever white people eat, and they said, "Let's come up with a great idea for these Negroes to play a video game." And they said, "You know what? They're really good at basketball. Nah, we got too many basketball games. They like to shoot stuff. No, we got too many first-person shooters. We need to think of something more original, more like, something that'll get the motions going. What have they been doing lately?" What have they been doing lately?
What have they been doing lately?
What have they been doing? Let's check the news and see what they're good at. Let's see what new skills they've acquired.
Our research department shows us that
HR department and our research department came together and they decided, and loss prevention actually had loss prevention came to the next meeting and they said, we should make a game about looting. And they came together and they decided this is going to be the game for black folk.
Monkeys will be monkeys. I will give you bananas.
someone thought this was a good idea.
They thought it was great. In fact, I had in my section, I had some notes, but I don't know where I put them, but I remember it. And some of the quotes were the gist of, "This is breaking racial boundaries."
It's breaking something,
Yeah,
all right.
breaking something. It's called breaking and entering.
Yeah.
They were breaking and entering the boundaries, apparently. What in the world are these people thinking, man? And so they're trying to, and then here's the other thing. They couldn't just, it's not just enough to be woke. They gotta be wokety woke. They put the trans woman in there.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah,
express you all. Yeah. I got this. That's what, and they put the trans dude in there. The big woman with breast and still got pectoral muscles.
Mhm.
And that's one of their main characters, this big buff woman.
Yep.
And then they got the little weak dude who's second guessing the mission, and the main character has to be a woman. It has to be, right? It can't be no
Has to be.
man. And just to think that they put this together and somebody greenlit this and they think it's gonna sell.
Well, and imagine being someone who's a playtester on this thing.
Yeah.
What are you thinking as you're playing
You
and
better
going,
not disagree with it. You better not say nothing wrong.
right? Oh, this game is the best I've ever played. It's
amazing.
wow. The
Cultural boundaries
Right.
shattered. Everything is great. You see the way they loot it is so realistic. Man, look at the high-tech AI. AI must get the way they grab things as they run. That's really cool, man. It's like real life because I was there. Like, what could you possibly think? I don't know, man. I don't got much to say on this. I think I had some.
We've got a couple images here.
Yeah, go ahead. You can.
Yeah. So Relooted is a high-tech heist. Oh, so they use this word heist.
Heist.
They don't use steal, they use the word heist.
Oh.
About reclaiming African artifacts from Western collections, which are said to hold 90% of sub-Saharan African cultural heritage.
Oh my goodness, man. They tried to make it so like, look, you should be on these guys' side. You should really agree.
Well, and I'm looking at this picture and there's like this robot guy, this little...
You need a robot hand to loot?
Yeah, and that strong lady, she's the one who's holding something up. I think she's holding up the roof or something. I don't know. I'm going to go on to the next one here. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here's
talks
some
about
points.
So what woke message does this game push? And so based on early reporting and community reactions, it's anti-colonial reclamation. The core narrative asserts that Western nations still hold 90% of sub-Saharan African heritage and positions reclaiming these artifacts as morally justified.
So they tried to make this historically accurate.
And that,
white people have stolen artifacts, so
Right.
therefore it's cool that we make a game like this.
also talks about cultural representation and identity. It highlights authentic, diverse African accents, characters, and real-world artifacts celebrating underrepresented histories.
So cool that these underrepresented people are being represented by a game about stealing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play it.
Oh, it gets
I
better.
almost wonder if we should stream it live.
A very special righteous edge.
Yeah.
Social justice framing is the next one. The concept of looting for restitution reframes theft as morally acceptable if correcting past wrongs. Critics describe this as a form of woke political messaging. Oh, well, yeah, it's political. Yeah, it's political messaging. Oh my gosh!
How in the world could anybody see that stealing as being wrong?
You're reframing theft as, oh, sure, it's fine.
Don't you know black people built everything that is?
Oh, and then number 4 here is narrative-driven activism. Some critics accuse the game of using activism as gameplay, calling it a politically charged theft simulator. Oh, theft simulator!
Theft simulator.
Or justified theft under a DEI Marxist lens, and online discourse reflects polarized views.
I think they got a spinoff called Resisting the Police Part 2.
Part 2. It's like an add-on game pack to this.
Yeah, it's a DLC.
It's a DLC. Some applaud the framing as necessary. Others dismiss it as wokeism in games. Yeah, it's publishing some messages there for sure.
Definitely
A
woke game. No dispute about that.
Oh, no doubt about that.
But it's just like I'm wondering what I always wonder when I see stuff like this is where's the funding behind it coming from?
Right. That's where you have to take. Maybe we'll get something here because there are 2 views here. Voices from the internet. One supportive view says it's taking back what's yours isn't stealing. The original act of plundering is way worse.
Oh, wow! Justify. Conquering a nation is just as evil as people going and taking other people's property.
Right. The original act is worse than...
Yes, you can always go back long enough to where you're not the most wrong.
Right. But then a more recent take is it's the wokest, most racist stealing simulator ever. Now, I'm not really up on my stealing simulation, so if it's that bad, I mean,
there is games like there's a game called Thief.
Okay.
Where it's all about like sneaking around and stealing stuff.
I played that.
But it's not like this. Like it's not like politically charged.
No.
It's where like the game is called Thief. It gives a connotation of he's a thief.
Right.
This game is trying to make it like some morally righteous thing to do.
Right. It's like if you took Tomb Raider and mashed it up with Grand Theft Auto, I think that this is kind of what you would get. It's like,
I mean, it's a running game where you like constantly run.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Kind of like what is that game that they play on the phone? Like I forgot what it's called, but it's like Temple Run.
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but in a side-scrolling manner.
Right.
But I never have liked those type of games, but it's even worse when you add the politically charged nonsense to it.
Yeah, you didn't need to put that in there, but I guess they thought they had to.
They should be won brownie points, but they liberal friends.
That's probably it. And that's probably why the game was greenlit and made.
Yeah, because you're going to get all types of funding from these liberal cups that's going to be like, wow, you're going to put a game with a black trans woman in it? Here's $1 million. I think that's what they do.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, they're doing the same thing.
Right. Totally.
But yeah, so I don't know if we had any other points on there. Did we have some?
No, that's all that we had for the looting simulator. I wonder if it would play better if you had like a VR headset on or something. I bet
you can actually only unlock certain things if your PC is stolen.
Oh yes.
Like you get certain buffs in the game.
Yeah.
If you actually illegally download it.
Oh yeah. If you get it as like a torrent or something,
you've unlocked the secret code. You finally beat the game.
That's crazy.